Okay. Finn, first of all, describe how it feels to have a European trophy in your hands.
Oh, it's brilliant. For me coming so close to wrestling and then not getting it, it's good to get a European title. Obviously, I think for this group going forward, tonight was a big step in the right direction where we want to get to. Lyon were tough; they're a good team, and I think we were good tonight. We were good, but there's always a lot to work on. So, in terms of getting a European trophy and being European champions in the Challenge Cup, it's brilliant for us.
When you arrived at the club, you knew about the hunger from the supporters to see some silverware. You've now managed to put 2 in the cabinet as a club over the last couple of months. How much has that done, do you think, to the spirit around the city, have you noticed?
I've not noticed it yet. Maybe tomorrow we'll see some more. But I think being here playing at Bath, it means so much to this city. And for us to go out and perform and get 2 trophies actually this year, it's amazing. And I think it shows what we try and do for the city. For me anyway, the city gives us energy. The city is all about rugby, and that's why we play the game. That's why we love being here.
It felt like a very Bath crowd tonight, not unsurprisingly with the proximity to home. Did you sense that out there?
Yeah, I think for sure. I think you definitely heard how many Bath fans were there. It's not far from Bath to Cardiff, obviously, and I think especially at the end when we won the game, you could definitely hear it. But for us as players, it means so much to us having our fans close to home, coming along and supporting us, and I think that shows what it means to the city for us to get this title today.
What were those moments like on the pitch together afterwards?
I think it's been a long time coming for Bath getting a title like this, and I think as a group of players, I think we've worked so hard to get where we are just now. The work's not done yet, but I think we've worked so hard to get this trophy, and I think it's amazing to have it, but I think we've also got a lot more to come in terms of the next few weeks in this season, and the season's going on. So it is amazing to get this, but I think we've still got a lot of work to do.
It's a trilogy. We've enjoyed the first 2 episodes, if you like. How big is part 3?
Yeah, I think it's massive for us as a group, and again for the city. I'll keep going back to the city, because it's the city that give us the. It's a city that give us so much that allow us to do what we do, but also when it comes to the weekends and match day, they give us so much energy. So as much as it's us boys on the pitch and training week in, week out, we're a small part of the city, and we're just trying to represent. I think we're just trying to represent the city as best we can, and I think tonight we kind of showed that. So there's a lot more to come from us as a group, and I think as a team there's a lot more to come. But we'll enjoy this one tonight.
I think they will. Yeah, that'll do for me. Thank you very much.
You.
Cheers.
You mentioned there about it's going to be even tougher to get that Premiership win. Just difficult.
Yeah, in English or French?
English
are good. I don't know if it'll be tougher. I think Lyon are a great side, and we had Edinburgh in the semis who are a brilliant side. And I think when it comes to knockout rugby, it's always going to be tough. So there's Saracens next weekend, and then there's a semi-final. So we've got a lot of big games to come through before we even have a look at the trophy. So as brilliant as it is tonight winning this, we've got a lot of work to do before we come to the Premiership kind of knockouts and semis and finals.
How much is the Lions still on your mind? Are you worried about injuries, or how you?
Nah, I think myself and Stewie, we know that the Lions tour is coming up. From my experience and past experiences, that you can't think about that. You have to make sure you're playing every game, and if I want to be in that test squad, I've got to be playing well at club and hopefully winning more stuff this season, and then going in the Lions from that. It's brilliant knowing that it's coming up and being selected for it, but there's so much work to do now. The work doesn't stop. The work kind of only starts from now. Once you're selected, that's brilliant, but the work only starts now. That's at club, and then when we get back together as a group, that's when it starts again for the Lions anyway.
What was it like at the start of the week? Getting the photos done?
It was nice. It was a long trip we put the night before. We had to get a taxi across the next morning. My daughters weren't sleeping that well, so it was long. It was long on Sunday in terms of the travel across and back, but it's brilliant to go and meet up with all the boys, the coaches, and get to know everyone for the first time. And I think I can't wait to get back into camp. But at the same time, I've got a lot of work here to do before I get back in there.
Just one from me, Phil. Talk to us about playing with Ben Spencer. You know, I was reflecting in the weekend piece in the build-up. You're one of the few sides that play both.
Are you filming? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can't remember. Who cares actually?
Yeah, he's won a bloody cup, mate. I've got my look at ask you then. Yeah, you're one of the few sides that can play equally both on 9 and 10. What's it like playing with Spenny, and what does he bring to the side?
Look, I think Spenny's amazing. Yeah, he's probably one of the best nines I've played with. I think his kicking game's amazing, the speed of ball is really good. I think tonight he was outstanding. So for me to play with Spenny and know that he's on my inside, controlling what he's controlling, allowing me to do my thing on the outside, it's so good. For a 10 anyway, having a 9 like Spenny inside, that helps you so much. So like I say, for me, I think he's one of the best in the league, if not the best in the league for me anyway. There's probably other 9s that maybe better at other things, but I think in terms of what he does, his kicking, for me, his kicking game's the best in England, if not the world just now. I think he's outstanding at his kicking game, and his speed of ball and support lines is up there as well. I think, I think he's one of the best 9s in the game just now. That's obviously me playing with him a lot, but I think what he does and the unseen stuff, he's outstanding.
One last question to you. Did you ever find out what Danny did with your garage door?
I think he put it in his garage. So I didn't need it obviously. I think he put it in his garage, or he put it somewhere in his house. If not, he might have got some money for it. I don't know. Hopefully, he did. I didn't need it, so he can do what he wants with it.
We appreciate. Obviously, you've played in this stadium plenty of times, but we asked Miles just now what it was like to get that run out against Bristol in the same place. So, do you feel like it maybe shook a bunch of nerves that might have been here coming into the stadium before this event?
Yeah, potentially. I think for some of the boys that hadn't played in a stadium like that, it probably did. In front of a big crowd. There was more at the Bristol game than there was tonight. For me, I've been here and played in front of a sold-out stadium, obviously. But no, I think playing in these big games, whether it was the other week against Bristol or tonight, I think it just gives boys more experience, more confidence when you have that experience again. It's a brilliant stadium with the roof closed, it's a great atmosphere, and I think tonight, as you probably saw, there was a lot of Bath fans here, which made it almost not a home game, but I kind of felt like we had the support behind us.
There's been plenty of talk about international selections for the Lions, but also we asked Miles about international selection for himself. Would you like to see him get that recognition in the summer tour?
Yeah, for sure. For me, anyway, like playing against England, as it is, there's a lot of boys here that I believe should be in the England squad. I think Mel's is one. Alfie definitely is one. He's been a standout player this year. There's Will Muir, there's Joe, there's Tom de Glanville at fullback, Max Jomo at centre, Will Butt. Spenny, obviously, he's been in and out. I think the team that we've got and how we play, for me anyway, we play a sort of test match kind of game in terms of our control and structure of the match. And I definitely think there should be a good few of the Bath boys here in the summer. I might be a little biased, but I think that from the guys that I play with, if they're not there come next Six Nations, I'll be quite happy if they're not there. Playing against them, but I think from what these guys do at club and the confidence and belief that they would then take into the national camp would be incredible.
Okay,
thanks.
Thank you.
Cheers.
I'll see you soon.